Hello, how is everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today and spending your time with me. My name is Shay, also called Shay, and this is going to be a whip and chat. WIP, W-I-P, stands for work in progress, and chat, we're just going to hang out. I am going through I feel like a gypsy right now, I guess you could say. We're going through some house renovations and we're living in a hotel for the last 3 weeks. And so I'm actually in my backyard right now with the pool in the background. So the pool's got the bubblers and I couldn't figure out how to turn them off. So I hope hopefully it's very calming, relaxing, nice little bubblers, like a little oasis in the background. But I didn't know how to turn them off. So that's what we're dealing with. Inside, there's painters painting. The painters be painting, y'all. So it is, let's see for me. It is actually Tuesday, October 17th. It's October 17th, which is Tuesday / Wednesday. I probably will do this maybe in 2 days. But it's Thursday for y'all. Where are you? There you are. The day that it goes out. But I try to do these weekly, and just right now with the season that I'm in, it's just a little crazy, but I definitely did not want to miss my whip and chats. I love checking in with you guys. Speaking of, let me know how you are. Are you good? Let me know. If you're not, that's okay too. Maybe I can make you feel a little better. But please let me know in the comments how you're doing and what you've been up to this last week. I see this as an opportunity for us to get together and just kind of, hang out, and I get to catch y'all up with what's going on in my world, diamond painting, personal, and then you do the same for me. So, because I've formed a ton of friendships on here, and I just want it to keep going and keep growing. So, maybe that's my new slogan. So, all right. So let me talk about what I'm going to be working on. I am working on a diamond painting. This is the one I've been working on for the last few weeks. It's slow going, of course. I only have 2 rows left. I will try to pop a picture up when I do the editing, maybe like up here in this corner of the picture, because right now you're upside down. But this is a diamond painting from Bella Art Diamonds, and I did a sneak peek of it. It's a cute little fox and a hedgehog. So yeah, I'm going to be working on that. It's a ton of color blocking. And when we say color blocking, it's just basically all the same symbol. So I've got my pins here. So let me talk about those. I've got sorry y'all. My phone's on a little stand. I've got some thin white multi-placers here. I've got a 7 and I've got an 8. I don't use the real big ones. I just find that I don't lay them real straight when I go bigger than an 8. I can do a 9, but I'm not into 10s or anything like that. In my multi-placers, I do have Putty, and it's from Painting with Pitties. She does have a YouTube channel, so I'll have all these folks linked down below in all their shops if you're interested in any of these items. But yeah, these pins are and these are the same items that I was using the last couple of videos. So if you've watched me before, you may be familiar with these, but these are both from Shay Putty. It's a French company. So I've got those, and then I've got my Lexi tray, my little accessory tray that holds all my things. And I've got my tray from Munimade and my Elizabeth Ward. And to top it all off, because it is 4:11 in the afternoon and I am an empty house in my backyard by the pool, we are celebrating. I've got some vino, y'all. I normally don't have wine this time of day, but I was like, you know what? And this is not just any wine. It's actually a special occasion wine. This is, it was a gift, but I think it's about $70 a bottle. And I have 3 of them, okay? And they're very, very old. 2015, 2017, and 2018. And the name of the wine is called Silver Oak. And it's only for special occasions. I keep the bottles for that time. And here I am at the empty house, and I had the liquor sitting around. I was like, you know what? This feels like a special occasion. Why do I have to wait for like a special? I do that in air quotes, right? A special occasion. I mean, we're together. We're happy. We're healthy. We're living life, right? So why not? Why not just do it? Right? That's what I say. But hopefully the lighting's okay. It's got natural sunlight, so hopefully it'll work. But let me grab my symbol. It's the one and only symbol that you see. It's like that percentage sign. But yeah, let me pour some on my tray. So yeah, how are you guys? Let me know. Like I said, it's Tuesday for me. I normally film these on Wednesdays. But yeah, I just thought, let me start today. My husband is actually working from home this week. He normally goes out of town for work during the week, and But since all the house stuff has been going on and we might have an opportunity to start moving some stuff back in this week, later part of the week, he thought he would just work from home this week. So he's in the hotel and I don't really have anywhere to film. So I was like, you know what? I came over to do laundry a couple hours ago. And when I did that, I also brought my diamond painting. And I was like, maybe if, downtime while doing laundry, because that's one really good thing. They didn't take out our washer and dryers. So those are still connected. And so I'm glad those are. Sorry, oh gosh, you got in the, sorry about that. Not that y'all are watching, but I've got all kinds of stuff blowing around and in my way. And I'm actually trying to diamond paint while looking over my phone. This is a very weird angle, but I don't care. It's glorious outside. It's absolutely beautiful. I know a lot of you, depending on where you live in the country, or out of the country, I hope your weather is just as good as this. I am in Texas, for those of you that might be new, and I'm a suburb of Dallas. And, Texas is typically really, really hot, which, by the way, it's cooled down this week. Last week and this week has been a little cooler than usual. Oh gosh, good thing that was closed, y'all. I just dumped over my drills, and I just took my first sip of wine. Let's see. So yes, it is like 70 something, almost 80s today. Now it is going to start creeping back up again. This weekend, they said we might see 90s. So, but hey, I'm enjoying, it's been cool in the mornings. It's been like 60s, 70s during the day. And it's just so pretty. So I've been looking forward to, diamond painting outside. And I just kind of grabbed a table out here and I was like, you know what, this is a good spot. So, okay, let's rewind and let's talk about where we left off the last time we chatted. Last time we chatted, I was in our hotel room, but we've now changed hotels. So let's rewind. And let's see. It was last Wednesday that we talked. So last Thursday, the day after we talked last, I met up with one of our fellow diamond painters here. Her name's Jo Atwood. I'm sure you've seen her around in lives. We live near each other and we had met once before for lunch at Olive Garden, and we went to Ollie's, and that's where I got some of those diamond painting books. And she is so sweet. And so we've been, we talk on and off and, catch up with each other. And she said, her daughter Laura was going to be in town and they wanted to do lunch. I was like, absolutely. I could definitely get out of the hotel. It'd be nice to sit down at an actual restaurant instead of eating fast food. So yes, we went to a burger place, which was really good. She was familiar with it. So actually Jo came to my hotel and picked me up there, which was nice. And then we went to the burger place. Her daughter was so sweet. She looks just like Jo, just as beautiful as Jo. So sweet. It was really nice to get to know her. I kind of felt bad because I felt like we were really talking about a lot of diamond painting stuff. Now I asked her if she diamond paints. She does, but she's not, as crazy about it as probably Jo and I are. So, but no, she was hanging out with us. And so unfortunately though, I couldn't hang out long, because I just found out that morning that we were actually going to be checking out of our hotel the next day. And I thought we had like another day or two. I thought we were going to go through the weekend, but on Friday we were going to be packing up and moving hotels. Now I say I meant me. My husband and my oldest Ryan, my 18-year-old, were going to be out of town at a 49ers football game. So, and Lou and Nate were going to be at school. So it was just going to be me. And I'm like, how am I going to pack up a hotel room that we've been in for 2 weeks and we've accumulated so much crap? There's 5 of us. There's 3 dogs, 3 dog crates, all the things. Y'all, we have so much crap. I was like, how are we going to do this? How am I going to do this? And my husband's felt really bad that he was going to be gone. And because this was all, he bought these tickets for these games a long time ago. So they went to Cleveland, Ohio is where they went. But, so we had lunch with Jo on Thursday, and then, I had to cut it short because I had to do laundry because we were leaving the hotel. They were going on their trip the next day, the next morning, and they needed some laundry done. So I was like, I got to go to the house. So I went to the house, did laundry, went back to the hotel and started packing up and making sense of everything. I just made the beds and had 5 suitcases, everywhere on the couch. And, but here's what happened. So Friday morning, I was taking Lou to school, and she's in 5th grade, so she has to go pretty early in the morning. She has to be at school at 7:45. So we were on our way to school, and she had been complaining about her ear hurting the day before. Now she'd kind of had a cold, so I thought, oh no, it might be a sinus infection, an ear infection, like a secondary infection. and she just kept complaining that her ear hurt. But then on the way to school, Nate calls me from the hotel, and he normally leaves a little bit after we do because he's in high school. And he's like, Mom, I don't feel good, because he's also been struggling with a sinus infection. Now, we took him to the doctor week before last, and they gave him some antibiotics, but they weren't kicking it, and they didn't do anything. So, oh my gosh, y'all, a squirrel just ran by me. Oh, oh my gosh, I almost had a heart attack. I wish y'all could have seen my face. I'm sitting right by a fence, and a squirrel just ran on top of the fence right by me. Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to jump on my head. He could have. I'm that close to the fence. Oh, geez. Squirrel. Oh, thank God I didn't scare him. He scared me, though. Maybe that's why he ran by so fast, because I scared him. Get out of here, squirrel. Scram. Y'all, who knows what's going to happen? I should have had that disclosure. Could be not, there's no dogs this time, but I guess we have squirrels and pool sounds. Yeah, water noises. Okay, so, yeah. So Friday, Nate calls me, and Lou's in the car, of course, and Nate's like, Mom, I don't feel good. And he had been coughing and complaining about needing to go back to the doctor again because he wasn't feeling any better. And I kept kind of putting it off, going, today's not good. I'm supposed to be moving hotel rooms, this, that. I said, that's fine. Just stay home and I'll see you after I drop off Lou. Well, Lou hears this and freaks out. She claims, and she says this all the time. So, of course, when I told Nate he could stay home, and here she was going to school, she starts off with the whole, Nate's your favorite thing. And she's been saying it for years. She's like, we all know, Ryan and I both agree, we all know Nate's your favorite. You don't have to stop. You can stop lying about it. I was like, parents don't have favorites. We love all of our kids equally. And then I looked at her and I'm like, well, what if you were my favorite? And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, how do you know? Maybe you are. I'm like, I'm just kidding. I'm like, I don't have a favorite. And so she started crying and saying my ear was hurting. That's not fair. Nate's your favorite. This now just this approves it. On and on and on. I was like, oh my gosh. And I felt kind of bad. But, I didn't want her to miss any school. So I dropped her off and she was in tears. She got to school. And so I'm heading back to the hotel, and I'm starting to feel this mom guilt. And I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe she's right. Oh my gosh. Okay. They're both sick. And I know the timing is really, really bad because I had to be out of our hotel. I had to check out by 2. And then the new hotel, which is about 10 minutes away, closer to our house, we couldn't check in there till 3. And I was like, okay, I can do all this, but I thought there can't be any wrenches put in the plan, but I felt bad. I'm like, they're both sick. I'm like, let me just call the pediatrician's office and just see if they can get us in. Well, I was able to get an appointment for 11. And so what I did was, Lou didn't know that. Sorry, y'all, I'm just taking a little sip. Oh, it's so smooth. That wine is so good. Man, I drink cheap wine normally. So I call, get an 11 o'clock appointment, head back to the hotel, and I tell Nate. And of course I'm like, but this means I've got to start scrambling and start packing. And of course he's just chilling, right? Chilling on the couch on his phone. I'm like, I didn't really ask for much help. But when it was time though, after the doctor's appointment, they both chipped in though, and they both helped load everything up, which was really helpful. But I'm like scrambling around for the next couple hours, packing up everything I can, loading up food, throwing away some stuff in the freezer that I knew wasn't going to keep. I had 3 big black totes with the yellow lids. You might have seen them like in Costco or Sam's. I had those full of like dried pantry snacks, refrigerator food, and then the third one was like my Keurig and like some coffee cups and some stuff I'd brought. Some like napkins and paper plates and paper towels and all that, because I didn't know what we were going to need, and coffee pods and all that stuff. So I got everything pretty much set and ready to go. And we swung by Lou's school at 10:30 and picked her up, and she thought she was in trouble. She didn't know what was going on. The teacher just told her she needed to go to the office and with her stuff. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, see, Nate's not my favorite. This proves it. I love both of you, and we're going to take you to the doctor. And then after that, and maybe I was doing it secretly because I wanted their help. Because y'all, I was like, even with their help, we were exhausted. I don't know how we did it. But the kids really stepped up. And again, they were both not feeling well. They both were diagnosed. So see, Lou has an ear infection in one of her ears. So that's why her ear was hurting. They gave them both the strep test, and they both tested negative for strep. So that was good news. But Nate still has a sinus infection. So she said his ear's didn't look good, and his nose was cloudy and all that good, all the stuff, all the things. And so they both needed antibiotics. So after we left there, we go and get their prescriptions, and then we rushed back to we grabbed McDonald's, then we went back to the hotel. And I was like, okay, now it's time. So we loaded up everything into Nate's truck and my car. And last but not least, we had the dogs. We had to load up, and we only had about 15 minutes to spare. So we did really, really good. We were out of there at 1:45. We both drove up to the lobby, and I ran in real quick while Lou stayed with the dogs in the car, and Nate was behind her in his truck. And I checked out, and the guy was like, how was it? And I'm like, it was great. I'm like, it was 2 weeks. It was great. But he goes, oh, I bet you're glad to be going home. I'm like, oh, we're actually going to another hotel because you're not available this next week. He goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay. I thought to myself, I want to get out of this rat. Ugh, that place was so gross, y'all. It was earmuffs for those kids that are watching. I'll give y'all a sec. But it was a shithole. It really was. But you know what, y'all? We could not afford something hoity-toity for 2 weeks. We would have been broke. So it served its purpose. It worked out. We were safe. No one got hurt. We just had to watch our step. Yeah, because you never know what you were going to see or find. It was an adventure, right? It was an adventure. So we caravanned over to the new hotel, and we got there at 2:15. I was like, oh no, what are we going to do for like 45 minutes with 2 car full of stuff? Cold, we got food in a box, refrigerated stuff, and then we've got the dogs. And I'm like, what are we going to do? So we pull up to the lobby, and I tell them to hold on, let me run in. And I'm checking in, and the lady's like, if we have a room available now, you can have it. And I was like, great. I said, I know we're early, I'm sorry. And so she's doing her clickety-clackety, and she's like, okay, we have a room. I'm like, awesome, thank you so much. And then she is telling me all about the facilities and this and that. Well, one of the things that we really liked about this hotel was that they had a dog park, okay, which is a nice little bonus feature. So towards the end of us checking in, and she's already like swiped a credit card and done all the things, I was like, so she told us where our room was. And I said, so where's the dog park? And she's like, oh, you have a dog? Now, mind y'all, my husband made these reservations, but he put everything under my name because he wasn't going to be there, because they were leaving Friday morning, which they did leave. Ryan and my husband left Friday morning for Ohio. They went to Canton, Ohio to go see the Hall of Fame. And then they were going to go to Cleveland for the Cleveland Browns and San Francisco 49ers game on Sunday. And then they came back Monday afternoon. So they were gone. And so he did all these stuff. And I was like, he did not tell this lady we had a dog. Dogs, as in 3. Now, remember, from my last whip and chat, I was telling y'all the last couple weeks that we were only supposed to have 2 dogs in our last hotel. That's all that was allowed. But we have 3. So we kind of had to keep third one kind of secret, right? Like walk them separately and not walk them all 3 at the same time. And we got away with it. Everything was all good. They didn't do anything. They didn't ruin anything. It was all good. But here I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm thinking to myself, he did not tell this lady we have a dog. And I don't know what this is going to mean. Could this affect us checking in, us getting, into our room? I was like, I did. He had done all this stuff for the hotel. So he just told me where it was, and that was pretty much it, and showed me pictures, so I knew it had a dog park. But I'm thinking to myself, okay, if they have a dog park, then they allow dogs, but I don't know how many. So she goes, oh, you have a dog? And I'm like, yeah. And y'all, I felt so bad for lying, but I didn't know what to do. She's like, oh, what kind of dog do you have? And when she said that, I was like, maybe they only allow 1 dog. I don't know their policies. So I was like, oh, crap. And I was like, a Frenchie? Now, y'all, I have 2 Boston Terriers and a Frenchie, but I just picked Ollie. I was like, a Frenchie? She's like, oh, okay, well, there's a form you have to fill out. There's a $100 pet fee that you have to pay. And I was like, oh, that's fine. So she gives me the paperwork, and on there, she's like, what's your dog's name? I was like, Ollie. And I was like, and after I did the paperwork, I was like, oh, what are we going to do? How are we going to walk? If she sees our other 2 dogs, I'm busted. And I hated lying. I did not like that at all. And I was so mad at my husband afterwards. And he was telling me that when I talked to him, I'm like, honey, you put me in a bad position. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with the dogs, but did you not tell them? He goes, no, when I had to make the reservation, it just said pet. And I checked pets. or pet, but that's all it asked for. It didn't say how many, name, fees, nothing like that. I was like, oh, so yeah, there was, some miscommunication there somehow. But yeah, you guys, oh my gosh, I was so nervous. So after she gives us the room keys and all the things, I was like thinking to myself, okay, please tell me there's a door, like a side door, a back door, so you don't see my 3 dogs. Because as we're getting ready to walk away from her, she's like, yeah, I'll be here all week, so you'll see me around. I was like, oh, great. I was like smiling, going, oh my gosh, I've got to I gotta hide my dogs. What am I gonna do? Before it was hiding 1 dog, now it's hiding 2 dogs. Oh, so we walk away and I'm like, where's our room again? And she's like, oh, you actually can get to it from the side. I was like, oh, thank goodness. So we've been there since Friday, and today's Tuesday, and I'm gonna knock on the fence. That's wood. But so far so good. We only take Ollie through the lobby, and he's the only one that's allowed to be seen. The other 2 go out the side door. Okay. They're like top secret. They're on a top secret mission. We do take them to the dog park. There's only been 1 dog there one time, and I asked the lady if we could go in there. And it's cute. It definitely looks different than the pictures online, which is hilarious. Online, they made it look all green and plush and big, and like 20 dogs jumping and leaping and like having a great time. It's not like that. The grass is not that green. It's super small. There's some dog poo, all the things, but people aren't cleaning up after them. But it's fine. Again, it works. It gives them something to do, and they can be off leash. So we just have to take them separately. Okay, I finished my square. So now I'm like, what do I do next? Let me pour these back in the tray. Yes, we can do this, you guys. We can do this. And let's see. So what have I forgot? Okay, so that was first part of Friday. So we get everybody checked in. We're trying to unload the truck, and we're exhausted because we've already loaded it, right, once, and here we are unloading everything. But the kids were so helpful. They really were. They were hustling, and they were both sick. And I was like, I owe you dinner, so I think we had like Panda Express. That's the cool thing about the new hotel. There's a ton of restaurants around it and places to eat. So it's given us a whole nother area to kind of cruise around in and like experience. So then Lou tells me, because she had been kind of, out of school most of the day, and my husband wasn't going to be there, and Ryan wasn't going to be there, so there was extra room in the hotel. She's like, can my friend come spend the night? I was like, you know what, I'm so tired, I just didn't have it in me to fight. I was like, sure. And Nate sometimes has been like a gypsy, spending the night at friends' houses, and I thought, I don't even know if Nate's going to be here. It's a 2-bedroom suite. That's fine, there's 2 bedrooms. And so her friend got dropped off. And, but before that, after we got settled into the hotel room, she wanted to go to Michael's to buy beads to make friendship bracelets, because we had tickets to go see the Taylor Swift concert/movie/concert, whatever you want to call it, the Eras tour on Saturday in the afternoon. Again, we bought the tickets a long time ago. And but it was good because at least we had something to do and we were able to get out of the hotel room. But she wanted to make friendship bracelets because apparently that's a thing where people exchange bracelets. So I was so tired. So we went to Michael's. I even saw holiday diamond paintings and I didn't even buy one. I didn't video anything. I was just like a zombie. I was so tired. I was like, I don't care, whatever, just buy some beads. Let's get out of here. So we got the beads, head back, and then her friend comes over about 5:30. She got dropped off, which thank God. I didn't have to go pick her up. And then we were getting hungry. And so there was a restaurant, an Italian restaurant called Goodfellas. I think it's a chain maybe, but I've always wanted to try it. And I was craving pizza and Italian food, and I thought it'd be nice to go sit down and have a glass of wine because it was in walking distance. It was about 5-minute walk across the parking lot from where the hotel is. And so we waited for her friend to get there, and the 3 of us walked over, and they thought it was really fun to go walk to dinner. So we did that, had a glass of wine. It was really nice. The food was great. We had a ton of leftovers. We were like, our eyes were bigger than our stomach. We got garlic bread as an appetizer. We got a big pizza to share. Lou and I both got a pasta dish. A ton of food. So, but the good news is on Saturday, leftovers, Nate was there. And so he ate pizza. Lou had pizza. I had my pasta. So it fed us for like 2 meals, which was good. So we did that Saturday. So we got back, or Friday, got back to the room, and then they wanted to go to the hot tub. I was like, okay. So got a roadie with some wine in it and sat down by the hot tub and while they swam. And then I was like, we got back to the room. It was like 9:30, almost 10 o'clock. And I was like, I'm so done. I was like, I got to go to bed, y'all. So I let them make their bracelets and do their thing. And then Saturday morning, they woke me up telling me, it was about 8 o'clock, that they wanted to go down and go see what the breakfast was like, because they have a free breakfast. And it's so much better than the last hotel. They've got a waffle maker. They've got like eggs, sausage, bacon, all that stuff that we didn't have before. So it was really, really nice. And so they came up with waffles with whipped cream and all kinds of breakfast sandwich, muffins, all kinds of stuff. And orange juice. They were loving it. So I let them go down there by themselves, and it's a small hotel. So like I let them have breakfast. They came back, and then I got up and let the dogs out and each took them for a walk. Got back, I went back to bed. I normally get my coffee and get going, but I didn't want to. I was like, I just want to go back to sleep. I'm still tired. And I'd gone to bed at like 10. So here it is, 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at this point. I'm like, what's wrong with me? So I go back, and then I try to fall asleep, and then I hear Ollie chewing on something, and I go out there, and Ollie, so Lou's going to be a pink, her and her friend that had come over, we Amazoned her Halloween costume. They're going to be pink cowgirl, like a pink cowgirl hat. They're going to be cowgirls, white boots, this pink cowgirl hat that like lit up with these pink sunglasses, super cute outfit. We Amazoned it, was like $30, and she was going to wear it to the Taylor Swift concert movie thing. I was like, awesome. You get 2 uses out of your Halloween costume. That's fantastic. So Ollie chewed on her hat, and there was tears. He chewed a hole in it. I don't know how he got to it. She swears that it was up high, and I'm like, there's no way. He's a Frenchie. He's got the stubbiest little legs, and he can't get up on anything. So, but yeah, while they were eating breakfast, when they were doing something, he chewed the hat. So I had to get up and deal with that. And I had to order a new one. So that was $30 that I had to pay again, which we just got it yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, Ollie. So he's chewed on so many things. He's chewed up one of my mascaras that I had on the end table because he could get right to the end table from the bed. It's just, there's so many things he can have access to. You know, at home we had him, we have things put away, and we limit what he could get to, and he's still a puppy, so he's going to chew stuff. So that knocked her whole plan of like, wearing her cute little outfit to the Taylor Swift thing. But, so I got up a few times to deal with him, but then I would go back to bed. Y'all, it was noon. Her friend was getting picked up by her dad, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't have to drive you home. I did not get up and get going till noon, and that's not like me. I was like, something is wrong. I don't know if I'm just exhausted or drank too much the night before. I don't know. I was just did not want to function till noon. So I just kind of chilled out for a little bit, and it was nice to relax on and off and go back to bed. I'd fall asleep, and then I'd wake up again and have to do something with dogs or feed them or deal with kids. But so we got up, her friend left, and then we got ready, and she wanted, now the Taylor Swift movie was at the mall. There was a theater at the mall. So we were like, you know what, we'll just go maybe like an hour early and like walk around the mall for a little bit, and then like go in early and get our seats and get, popcorn or whatever. And she was super excited because apparently there was a Taylor Swift popcorn bucket that you could buy at the theaters where the movie was playing. So I told her she could get that. So we go to the mall about 2, and we hit up Starbucks, which was so good. I got a Frappuccino, which I haven't had one in years. It was so good. It was like the caramel crunch, ribbon crunch or something like that. It was good. Got that. And then we went to Sephora, and went to Sephora, looked around. I got a new mascara because he chewed my other one. And then it was time to go to the movies. So it's about 3 o'clock. We go into the movies, and we get in line for the popcorn, and they've got them advertised. I see the popcorn bucket on the screen. It's so cute. She was like so excited. We get up to the lady, and I was like, yeah, we'll take one of the Taylor Swift, buckets, popcorn buckets. And she's like, oh, we're sold out. I was like, oh, but they did give us like a little card, like a poster that everyone got for free. So she got that. And she just said it was a great day. She got to have Starbucks. She got to go to Sephora. And I let her get something at Sephora. And then Taylor Swift movie. So I'm not a Swiftie. I know a few of her songs. I know, that's about the extent of it. I'm definitely not like a huge fan, but my daughter is. And we've been listening to the music the last couple of days, trying to get, so I can understand all the words and like sing along and do all the things like you do before a concert. But I got to give Taylor Swift some props though. I was very impressed. Now it was long. It was a little too long, but it was I thought it was going to be like a documentary type of thing where it was like behind the scenes. No, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I won't say anything else, but it's basically the concert. Play by play by play is all I'm going to say. So 3 hours. It was a little long, but so impressive. Just the sets, the costume changes, the backup dancers. It was entertaining. Now, 3 hours, like I said, I was kind of like definitely ready to go. There was a lady next to me, probably about my age, right next to me, because Lou was on the other side. But she was singing the word to every song, and I was annoyed after a while. It's like, okay, lady, okay, all right, I got you. You just here, and then some people were standing up. Now there was no exchanging of bracelets, which I was kind of bummed out about because Lou made about 20. Speaking of the bracelets, so Carly, who's a friend here in the dye and painting community, very good friend. Her and her daughter Ella, I've got to give them a shout out. They knew we were going to go see the movie on Saturday, and she sent Lou and I a package. And they made us Taylor Swift bracelets, friendship bracelets, 3 each. And they were beautiful. They were so nice that we did not wear them to the movies because we didn't want to exchange them and like accidentally, swap them with somebody, get another one. So thank you, Carly, if you're listening. So sweet. Lou and I are going to, send you guys some because we made some. Or she actually made them. I can't take any credit for it, but I guess I paid for the beads. That was about the extent of it. But oh my gosh, y'all, it was just long. But we did get popcorn after all, but not the Taylor Swift bucket. But we got the popcorn. We got a big old water we shared. So yeah, it was from 3:30 till we didn't get out there till like almost 7. So I was like kind of hungry. It was kind of dinner time, but yet we had kind of munched on popcorn. But it was a lot of fun. After that, we went to Lululemon. I forgot about that because that's in the mall. Went to Lululemon, got something there, a little something. And then she just kept saying, this is the best day ever, the best day ever. So it really meant a lot. She had a great day. It took us away from the hotel and all the stuff, the remodeling stuff in the house, and just kind of being displaced right now. So I know she had a really good time. Plus she got to have his friends spend the night at the hotel. So I was trying to make it, feel special for her. And then Saturday, I think, we had canes. So that's when she finally said when she went to bed, because canes is her favorite, Raising Canes. So she finally said, Mom, let's see, Starbucks, Sephora, Taylor Swift, Lululemon, and canes. She goes, it was the best day ever. So we really enjoyed ourselves. We just had girl time and just were having so much fun. So then Sunday, a little exhausted, still a little tired. And I was like, and the internet was acting up at the hotel. It wasn't working very good. And I hadn't done my Patreon vlog yet. I'd filmed clips for the week, but I hadn't put it together. I hadn't sent it out. And I normally send it out on Fridays, or I used to. Here it was Sunday. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so behind. And I just couldn't get my crap together. I just couldn't. I didn't have my life together. I really didn't. And I was like, and that's okay. And I know y'all will understand. So I had to cancel my live. And so I just did laundry, went to the grocery store, and then that night about 6 o'clock, Lou and I treated ourselves, and down the street from the hotel we drove there is Texas Roadhouse. We've only been there one other time for Ryan's birthday, and it was so good. They have these rolls. If y'all been, they have these rolls with this like cinnamon butter. It's so good. You get it free when you sit down. And I had steak. She had chicken tenders. We had to wait about like 30 minutes. So we had fun waiting, and she got all gussied up to go to dinner. I didn't do anything, but we did that. And then we had to get ready for school. And then that brings us to this week. And then, let's see. So Monday, I was like, okay, everybody's going to be gone. Hubby and Ryan are still out in Ohio. They're not going to be home till tonight. Nate will be at school. Lou will be at school. So I made plans with another creator to another friend to me now, someone I had never really met before, just online. We were going to do a face-to-face call and hang out together and diamond paint. So I scheduled it for 1 o'clock, and she's super sweet, y'all. Her name is Angie, and I'll have her channel linked down below. Definitely go check her out. I already knew who she was, but I didn't know her that well. And after we spent we were on the phone with each other about 30 minutes, and unfortunately I got cut off. I'll tell you why, but we had to end the conversation. But I could have talked to her for hours, and she's very, very sweet. Like I said, she's a Canadian, loved her accent. So go check her out. I'll put her channel down below. I'll definitely make a note to do that. I'm going to write it right now. Angie's channel. Okay. I don't want to forget that. I'm not even diamond painting anymore. I just now realized that. I'm just sitting here talking. Is that okay? Y'all are just staring. Oh my gosh. I've never done that before where I just like stopped diamond painting. I just stopped. I just gave up. But no, I'm going to go back. I'm going to start. Actually, we're going to crack open this square. I actually would like go back to the other side of this, but we're just going to crack this open. What am I doing? Y'all, again, I don't have my life together. All right. So I just use my ceramic cutter. If y'all have never seen this before, it's just got it doesn't hurt. It's like a tiny, tiny little like plastic blade. And I just slice down against the washi tape. And it doesn't cut the canvas, and I press down really, really hard. But yeah, let's open up a new section and get to whipping while we're chatting. So let's see. So yeah, Monday. So her and I were chatting. So at 1 o'clock that didn't work out so well. Okay, here we go. Let's peel this back. And I just put my tray. I don't have a Coverminder right now, so I'm just using my tray as like a little Coverminder to hold back my plastic. And voila, there we go. And a lot more confetti. It's all that same symbol. There's a couple other symbols in here, but it's mainly the same. So let me get that color out again. So her and I were talking for about 40 minutes, and my phone rings, and I see that it's a school. It's one of my kids' school. And I was like, oh no. And so I said, Angie, I said, I'm so sorry. I said, but I can tell this is the kids' school calling. I said, I'm gonna have to let you go. She's like, sure, no problem. So I let her go, and I answered it, and it was Lou's school. It was a school nurse. And she started telling me how Lou's eye wasn't feeling any better after what happened. This is exactly what she said to me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, her eye, she was talking to me like I already knew about an eye situation. Now I knew about the ear, right? She has an ear infection, but what's with the eye stuff? Well, when I said to the nurse, I'm like, I'm sorry, her eye? What's going on with her eye? And she goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I should have prefaced that by saying, I thought you saw my email. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I don't check my email every 30 minutes, every minute of every day. I'm not checking my emails. So she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I sent you an email about an hour ago. And let me tell you what happened. I was like, oh no. So she's like, so Lauren was on the playground during recess, and her friends were playing tag. And one of her friends accidentally poked her in the eye with her fingernail. Oh, so I was like, okay. And she said, so when I first sent you the email, her teacher sent her to the office, or sent her to the nurse's office, because her eye was red and very, puffy and swollen. And she kept saying she was fine. She was trying to tough it out. And she wasn't crying or anything, but the teacher was like, no, you need to go to the nurse. So the nurse said, I looked at it. I put a cold compress on it. I put some ice on it. And then I told her if it still hurts to come back. She said, well, she's come back. And she said, it's really stinging. And she said, I think that she should probably go to the eye doctor. She might have a scratch on her eye. I was like, oh gosh. So y'all, I'm envisioning the absolute worst. I'm envisioning my 11-year-old, like bloodshot, bloody eye, puff, just like the worst. And I said, okay. She goes, do you have an eye doctor? I'm like, we do. And so I was like, she's like, okay, well, I'm going to go have her get her stuff, and then she'll be waiting for you. I was like, all right. So I was like, I'm about 10, 15 minutes away. We're in a hotel. And she's like, that's fine. So as I'm driving frantically, trying to keep my calm, I'm driving to the school, and I call our eye doctor, and I tell him what happened. And they said they can squeeze her in, because it's an emergency. They can squeeze her in about an hour and a half from when I was calling. I was like, that's fine. So I go pick up Lou, and the nurse comes out with her, and I was like kind of walking her down the hall. And Lou looks at me, and it's not bloodshot. It's just like a little red, but not much. And it's a little swollen. It's like she can't open it all the way, right? Her eyelid was a little swollen. But I wasn't getting the whole vibe of like, go to the eye doctor. I thought, okay, maybe I'm just too laid back or something. I don't know. So, but I already had an appointment. I was like, Lou gets in the car. I thank the nurse. And I told Lou I had an appointment, like about an hour and a half. And she said, I'm hungry. I was like, okay. She's like, I want Cane's, and can I get a milkshake? I was like, sure. So we go to Cane's, and she is acting fine. And I'm like, So we go to the house, the empty house, and I let her, like, our TV's still connected in her bedroom. So she's in there, she's eating on the floor, and I'm talking to the contractor, and I said, we really got to go. And so I went in and told Lou it was time. And she's like, Mom, and this is like at 3, right? And I picked her up around 2, and she's like, my eye's actually okay. I don't think I need to go to the eye doctor. I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of thinking the same thing, but you know if it hurts more than I do. So tell me what you think. I'm like, but it really doesn't look like you need to go to the eye doctor, but you know, maybe it is scratched. And I'm like, what can they do for a scratch on your eye? But I know it's your eye, right? And the eyes are like super important. So I was like, I don't want to mess around with my kid's eye and her eyesight. So she tells me she's fine. She doesn't want to go. I'm like, okay. And she's like, can I go to the park with my friends? Because school had just got out. I'm like, no, ma'am. What is wrong with you? So I think the nurse might have overreacted a little bit. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, right? I mean, I appreciate them looking after my kid and, you know, but who knows? But she's fine now. I mean, it's the next day, and she was complaining about a little bit of a headache last night. So I gave her some Advil, and I got a washcloth from the hotel room, and I got it under some hot water. So it's kind of like a hot compress, I guess. And so I did that for her, and it seemed to kind of help. And when she woke up this morning, I didn't know if it was going to be crusty or like be painful, and she said it was good. So I think she just kind of got, you know, poked in the eye, right? But I don't think anything is serious, so, and she can see fine. But so after that, let's see, so my husband and Ryan get home about 4, and my husband really wanted, so we were talking about dinner around 5, and we were like, you know what do you want? It's like, well, let's go do In-N-Out. Let's go do burger and fries. So he's like, we can swing by the house, because he really wanted to see the progress. I had taken pictures of the progress and sent it to him that morning, because we're kind of doing something a little crazy. Well, it was his idea, and I was like, I don't know, but I was trying to go with it. My husband has a really good sense of, he's the decorator. He's really good. He's got a good he's got a good style, and I just trust him. And he's better at the decorating stuff than I am, and having a good eye and vision for things. So he really wanted, so we're doing our walls white, right? Alabaster. It's a very, very, it's very close to a white. And so with that, our white doors, we're going to blend in. The doors are currently white. And so he was wanting to do a dark gray, almost like a black, right? On the doors to have it kind of pop. I was like, oh, I don't know, black doors. And we were all like super nervous. And so him and I, whenever we were picking out colors about a month ago, there was this one he liked called Iron Ore, but it was almost black. And I kept saying, I don't know, that just seems too dark. And so I was going towards something that was a little bit lighter, and it was called Scattered Showers. And it's like a gray. So the one he was looking at was more of a black. This was more of a gray. And so he's like, okay, so that's the one we went with. And they painted the doors over the weekend, just upstairs. They're working on the upstairs so the kids can move back in their rooms first. And so I walk in Monday morning, and I'm taking pictures of these doors, you guys, and they are blue. They're not gray. They are blue, like blue. All of our doors upstairs, doors into the bedrooms, everything's blue. Linen closet doors blue. I was like, oh, no. So I took pictures, and I sent it to my husband, and he's on the plane, and he's, you know, they're about to take off, but he's trying to look at them, and he's like, I think they look fine. But he goes, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't want to tell him that I wasn't loving him, because it's so much money and so much time. And I was like, oh no. So, he gets home, right? And so we're going to go eat dinner last night. And he's like, let's swing by the house, because I really want to see these doors. I was like, okay. Well, he sees them, and he's like, oh no, the pictures made him look totally different. They do look blue. I was like, I told you. And then he starts blaming me, going, see, I wanted to go darker, but you were afraid of the color I wanted to go with. But this is the one you chose. I'm like, oh, no. Don't put this on me. No, that's not fair. So, but yeah, the color I picked, y'all, it's called Scattered Showers. That is like a blue. It definitely has a blue, mauve, purple tint to it. So, yeah, so we talked about it all night. He's like, what should we do? I was like, I don't want you to walk around the house for the next 10 years or whatever, as long as we live here, and hate these doors. our entire house is going to be blue doors. I mean, is that what you want? And he's like, no. I was like, I know. And he's like, yeah. I was like, so he's like, what we'll do is we'll stop at the house first thing in the morning after we take Lou to school, and we'll talk to the painters and the contractor, and we'll kind of figure out, make sure they're not going to hate us, you know, if we switch colors. So we dropped off Lou this morning, and we met with the guys, the contractors, and they had just got here, and they were okay with it because it's not their fault, you know. It's more money out of our pocket, and it's just more money, more paint, and more labor, right? So my husband and I went to the paint store, the Sherwin-Williams store close to the house, and we picked out the color that he originally wanted. We looked at it, and I think it's going to work. I haven't seen it painted yet. Actually, they're painting it as we speak. But the contractor told me I'm not allowed to look till tomorrow until it's dry. He's like, no peeking. I was like, oh. But they need to do 2 coats because they already painted it that blue color. But yeah, y'all, it's so hard to pick colors. So yeah, we got 2 gallons, and it was not cheap. But the good news is we did get like his discount, the painter's discount for his company. They let us get that because they know who the guy is. So, because he had called the store before we headed up there. So we bought the paint, brought it back to the house. And so then I had to get back to the hotel because Jasper had a vet appointment. Now, if y'all been following me for a bit, you might remember Jasper had some butt issues. Let's just put it that way. Dogs have gland issues. And so it was a follow-up to see how his glands were looking. And that was at 9:45. And so I got back to the hotel, rushed him to the vet. Good news, everything looks great. They said he has no problems. And I was like, awesome. So I said, do I need to bring him back to have things looked at again? She's like, no, he's good. I'm like, great. And then $400 later, not just for that gland check, it was the Heart Guard, Next Guard, you know, all the preventative medicine for 3 dogs. Good news is, and I don't know if y'all know this, if you have pets, I didn't know this. So I was going to pass along if you didn't know. But in the past, Heart Guard and Next Guard, like for flea and tick and then for heartworms, has always been 2 separate pills. 2 separate boxes, 2 separate, deals. And it's not cheap, but I do 6 months worth. Because if you do 6 months worth, you get like a rebate, you get a discount. So that's why it's so expensive. But the dogs need it every month. So I was like, they got to have it. It's preventative, it's our dog. So, but when I was there and I was like, yes, I need to get 6 months worth. I'm totally out. Because on the 15th is when I give the dogs their medicine. And the other day I noticed I was out of everything except for like one for one of the dogs. And I said, I just need to get 6 months of both. And he goes, guess what? Heart Guard and Next Guard is now 1. They have 1 pill. I'm like, yes. He's like, that'll be $400. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I already warned my husband beforehand because whenever I use the credit card, he gets alerted on his phone that it's been, someone's used it and what the amount is. So I didn't want him to have a heart attack. Thinking I just took Jasper to have his glands checked and he's like $400 later. He's probably going to think something's wrong with him. But yeah, so I had to do that. And then went back and then I needed to wash my car desperately. It just looks so bad. It's rained here and it just looks so bad. So I was like, so I washed my car. So that felt good to get it all cleaned up, took it to the car wash. And then I had to go charge it because it's an electric vehicle. So I had to go charge it at a charger and sit there for 30 minutes. And then I came to the house and did laundry and I'm hanging out with y'all. But I forgot to tell you, there's one other piece of news that I don't think I told y'all before. And if I did, I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself. But I forgot to share the news that my oldest Ryan, he got a job. I know y'all have been following, him for a while and kind of, following his, how he does with life, right? I'm so proud of him. He is working at a place it's a kebab place. They have kebabs. It's like a newish chain here, I guess. They've only been open a few weeks. And he is on he worked last week. So this is his 2nd week. Now he was out of town over the weekend, but I think he's been like 3 or 4 times, but he works from like noon to 5 because he still is going to community college. So that's going well as far as I know, but yeah, the boy got a job. So today, he went to his job. I'm so proud of him. So, it's those little things, y'all, right? You just want your kids to succeed and be moving forward in a positive direction. So I see that as being a positive thing. So yeah, I wanted to share the news with y'all. And I think I forgot to tell you last week, but yeah, but what else? Oh, So the day, let's see, so Wednesday, I think I'm going to be able to get all this in today on Tuesday. But tomorrow for me, on Wednesday, what day is it going to be? The 18th. It is my husband and I's wedding anniversary. And we don't have anything planned, which is kind of sad, but I did buy him a card, but that's all. I was like, you know what? We got our stuff all packed away. I don't think he needs one more thing to like put away, have in a hotel room. So I hope he doesn't get me anything. But yeah, it'll be 14 years tomorrow that we've been married. We've been together a lot longer. Obviously, we have a 18-year-old. We've been together a long time, like 20. Oh, y'all, he would kill me if I did 20, 25 years. I don't know. Long time. Long time. And then we had, 2 kids, and then we got married. So yes, 14 official years of marriage. So like I said, I got him a sweet little husband card, and he's going to be working, but I don't know. Maybe we'll have lunch or something. I don't know. We'll see if he plans anything, but I don't expect I expect absolutely nothing. And I'm totally fine with that. I don't really want anything. I don't want him to go to any, he's already we've spent so much money already on all the house, renovations, and that's a gift in itself. But I did tell him when he got home yesterday, I said, so honey, our anniversary's coming up. And I said, I got you a gift. And he goes, what? I'm like, me. He goes, I got that gift a long time ago. I'm like, it's still good. It's the gift that just keeps on giving. And he just looks at me, rolls his eyes. Now, y'all, his love language is gifts. So I was like, oh, man. But he has everything he needs. So it's so difficult. But, okay, I just realized it's 4:59 for me. I've got to go pick up Lou. She's at a friend's house till 5. So thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. This felt like we're back into the whip and chat swing of things, right? Like we used to be. So this felt normal. I'm back home. I might be in the backyard, but we're getting there, like baby steps, right? So thank y'all so much. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for hanging out with me and listening to all my stuff. And please let me know how you are down in the comments. I read every single comment. I respond back to them. I appreciate them. So definitely let me know how you are and what you were up to during this time when we were hanging out. Hopefully you were maybe crafting or, getting something done. So yeah, just let me know. Let me know what you're up to. And then if you enjoyed this, if you can give me a thumbs up, where's my thumb? They really do help. And if you have not subscribed, it is absolutely free to subscribe. So just click on that subscribe button down below and you'll be part of my world. And then if you click the notification bell, you'll get notified every time I post up any new videos. Alrighty. I love you guys so much. Please take care of yourselves and I will see you soon. Okay. All right. Bye guys.